All right, it's Arsenal away. Let's have a chat. All right, hello and welcome to the MatchDayVlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We are here this evening to talk about our upcoming fixture away at the Emirates Stadium for Arsenal versus Southampton. We'll be going through our predicted lineup, our predicted scores, and just anything that's happening right now in the world of football. But before getting into that, I think it's about time we address this horrible rumour going around, Jack. Have you heard something?
Not me. What have you heard?
No. Well, there's this rumour going around that we had a Christmas party last year, and I just wanted to put it to bed that there was no party, no cheese, no wine, no nothing. So let's just have an end of it, yeah?
Talking about the hot tub party we had at yours last year.
Nothing
Uh,
Scum, subhuman scum. Right, witty banter is over. Let's get on with the broadcast. As always, let us know where you're watching the show from. It's always fun just to see. Stick it in the chat section or stick it in the comment section if you're watching on replay. Right, we pretty much put to bed everything we discussed about the Brighton thing in the previous episode, didn't we?
yeah.
There wasn't
Yeah, I
anything
think we...
for that, so we can draw a line under that. Normally, on the previous show, we tend to address what happened in the game before, but we did an entire episode on that, so there's no need to go through that, and we can just move on. So,
Yeah, I've dropped that bad energy, you know. I'm ready. I picked myself up, ready for the next one.
So various things to discuss. Arsenal not in the greatest run of form at the moment. They had a rather unimpressive display against Everton, who looked up for it on Monday night. I'm not sure if you watched that game, but I watched it and they looked pretty decent. Actually, I was watching it during the last show, wasn't I?
Yeah.
That's why. Right, okay. So
Yeah, that's right. That game must have been great because it took away a lot from the show. We were having some great conversations, and then Demarai Gray scored, and suddenly this show didn't matter anymore.
It doesn't, though. No, right. No, of course, it always matters. Always matters. We've got a few welcomes here. Saints FC Vlogs. Are we going to the game? We're not going to this game. This game sold out pretty quick, actually. I was quite surprised. Let us know in the chat section if you are going to the game indeed. Hello, lads from New Forest. Hello. Tom's already coming in straight in with his score. But Tom, that's very early. Very early.
You know that's
indeed.
not how we do things.
Very early indeed.
But I love it.
Absolutely. Right. Where were we? Yes, Arsenal's run of form.
Arsenal, yeah. So easily distracted, aren't you?
I am ridiculously easily distracted. So, looking at the previous results for our opposition at 3 o'clock on Saturday, their last two games have resulted in losses. They lost, as I previously mentioned, to Everton 2-1 on Monday. Before that, they lost to the Michael Carrick side of Man United 3-2. Previous to that, they beat Newcastle, but then who doesn't? Well, we don't, to be fair. 2-0, and then they lost heavily to Liverpool 4-0. Who does that? So there we go. So a bit of a mixed bag, really, because Arteta was kind of being pronounced as like, oh yeah, he's turned the corner here. But looking at this run of results, there seems to be a bit of unsettling in the Arsenal fan camp here. So, are you worried about this opposition coming out? What's your general feeling for?
The thing about Arsenal is they're if they play well, like when I see the results that they lost, like Liverpool is, you know, they're super attacking. You know, you can't score against them. You're never going to get it, and that was all going to go. It's Liverpool.
Yeah.
United, it's a bit of a funny one. That is a 50-50, and to be fair, that was games where it was just United, those players.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I still think Arsenal, you know, Arteta's got them running fine. I think they're a good team. I do think Arsenal look like a good team this season. Mm-hmm. But you've still got those pitfalls of a team that's coming together. They're not absolutely there, but I am a little. It's never good for us, is it? Really?
No.
Arsenal away. It's Arsenal. It's for us. That doesn't really change. No matter what Arsenal's form is, we always need to consider them as 2003 Arsenal because that's how they always seem to play against us.
Yeah. You know, yeah. Although our last fixture against them ended in 2-2, was it? 2-2? I think it's 2-3.
Yes.
So,
I think so.
and that was during a time where we were thinking, not expecting to get anything out of this one, wasn't it? Or was it? No,
Yeah.
that was the season before. No, it was a draw as well last season, wasn't it? Because it was Theo got a goal. This is how much homework we've done.
It is hard, mate. It's hard to remember. Here we are. Come on, then. Right. So our last game against them, we lost 3-1. And the game before that, it was 1-1. Game before that, we lost 2-0. And the game before that, we drew 2-2. Haven't beaten since 2018. There we are.
There we go. And although we beat them in the FA Cup last season.
Exactly. We have the FA Cup performances last season. So,
yeah.
We have it in us. But it's just going to be a tight game if we're going to get through it, especially with the what of the squad we have. Because it'll be quite a different looking side this weekend.
Yeah.
And it's just it's more about, can that team come together and play? Like, I think it's more about us doing it than having to worry about what Arsenal have got. I mean, it's Lacazette. If Lacazette's you know what I always say, Pookie for Norwich will score against us. Callum Wilson for Newcastle will score against us. Calvert-Lewin will score against us. Bamford will score against us. Lacazette, those players score against us. So it's just about us shutting him up.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, the players that stand out for Arsenal for me are Odegaard. Thomas Partey, Saka,
mate.
They have ultimately players of quality, and also Tomiyasu. That's the other guy as well.
Don't forget Smith Rowe, sir. Don't forget Smith Rowe.
Yeah, well, he was out on Monday, and I don't know why. If anyone knows why he was out, whether he was injured or suspended, I'm guessing injured. Doesn't look like the sort of player that would pick up the amount of yellow cards Anario Romeo does. But no, we'll just see.
Exactly.
But no, you're absolutely right. It tends to be those sort of headline players that do well against us. So, but there was a comment back here that I particularly liked from Lord O'Benny. Whoever scores first will lose.
Yeah, back that.
Yeah, normally the way, isn't it?
Back that. That's the way it goes. But yeah, like I say, I think this weekend it's more about how this team will mesh and what that team will be.
Yeah.
I think we know what the front will be, but the back will be a whole spot different this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're looking at the back. I mean, Saints FC vlogs here. Thoughts on Caballero? He seems to be pretty decent in training. Lots of, thoughts around the fact that he's an experienced player, so it's going to be good for our ultimately quite a young back line. Because when you think about it, they are quite young. I mean, Timo Livramento's just out of school. Kyle Walker-Peters is still pretty young. But can Caballero, who's a quality keeper, but we all saw what Pepe Reina was like at Aston Villa. Do you have any kind of concerns along that kind of line?
I no, because I thought Caballero was really good in his last season at Chelsea.
Yep.
And he's not. It was only last year that he was, competing with him. When you think about Reina, he went out for a while, and he went. He definitely took a big dip. Caballero was still doing it last season, not the season before that as well. Such a good edit.
I know.
And like I've been saying,
someone screenshot that.
I'll do it later. Don't worry about that. I'll make that boomerang later. Don't worry about it. Everybody loves a boomerang. But yeah, no, you know me, mate. I've been calling out for a change at the back, and after last week, fit or not, I wanted a different goalkeeper. And Caballero's great. He's a great shot stopper. He's a penalty mastermind, as we all remember. He was the keeper that was meant to come on for Kepa that time.
Yeah.
When it all kicked off, that was him on the sideline, all ready to go. And man had a hissy fit. Wicked penalty stopper. He's just a confident goalkeeper, and he's got a lot of character and personality. You can already sort of see that out on the pitch. I think he's been training with, I think it was Wimbledon. He's been sort of just training with pre-season just to stay fit and everything like that. So, he's happy to be around the lads. He's obviously, going to be a bit of an influence. I just hope he does puts in a bit of a performance, and maybe sort of sees, makes Ralph sort of see, this is better than McCarthy. Maybe we need to look at that permanent replacement a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
So obviously we don't have him until January. But yeah, and and it'll probably be Lianco that starts in front of him this weekend as well. So you got that, like we said, that little South American connection there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, although I heard Bednarek was back fit, so whether or not, because originally we were thinking, oh my goodness, is it going to mean like Lianco, Stevens, and Caballero with 3 players who have never played with each other? We're going to be a situation with that. But there could be maybe Bednarek, Lianco, and Caballero, or maybe Bednarek, Stevens, and Caballero. It's all up there really.
So you're thinking maybe more free at the back this weekend then?
No, I still think going for the standard sort of setup where you've got 2 central defenders, and we a left back and a right back, the traditional kind of thing. I don't think we're going to set up with 3 at the back, because then we wouldn't have a second choice on the bench unless he's going to bring on Simu or someone else. So yeah, no, I don't think we're going to
more likely Valerie at this point. Right? Probably would come on at centre back at that point.
Yeah, well, if you're doing 3 at the back, that could be because we did that against Chelsea, which looked pretty decent, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I was quite impressed with that. So yeah, no, interesting one.
Do you think? We're going to get into the lineups in a minute, but I think. Do you reckon Livramento is going to be starting this weekend?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, I think it's perhaps something that he didn't have the greatest of games. Well, the last 2 games he didn't have a particularly great game, but there were plenty of moments in the game against Brighton where he just wasn't quite at it. Wasn't doing the magic things. He was just looking pretty normal. And I think that that could be me being unfair. The fact that I didn't see anything amazing, therefore he didn't have a good game. It's a bit like what Redmond was tarnished with. Who had such an amazing season, and then he sort of didn't really do anything, and then made a couple of mistakes, and suddenly he's a terrible player. I don't want to get into that, but
I just think more of a fitness thing. You can't keep pushing them because look what happens to our players, that eventually they do get pushed to a point where they're like playing every single game and then they're getting worn out. And it's Ralph Ball, isn't it? Ralph is renowned for just pushing those players into the ground. Look at Ward Prowse. Eventually, I just had to give up on him a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I just noticed I still got Willie's image on the screen.
Yeah, because if you're going to do a job like that, sticking his head on McCarthy, you might as well just show it.
That's that way, isn't it?
To go again.
I missed that. That's an awkward one. Oh,
yeah.
There you go. That's enough of that silliness. That was shot ages ago. So should we get on to what we think the particular lineup will be?
I think so.
Get on to it? I think that's the next port of call really. Chloe's already jumping in with the Christmas classics for Hasenhüttl. We can't sing that early enough, can we? God, it'd be great if we could celebrate the start of that song with a win on Saturday. That would be nice. Right. On to, now I've already done the goal position. I hope you don't mind, Jack. But I think we're
for spelling sake, is it?
Well, it was a spelling thing. I thought, well, if I prepare and I'll make sure I don't get his name wrong by spelling it right.
I guess
and doing it
real quickly, what do you think this all says about Harry Lewis? Do you think he's just not a good goalkeeper?
Well, I think you're always going to need a backup, a third keeper, and I think this probably tells us that Hasenhüttl only sees him as a third keeper.
Okay. No, just doesn't want to let him on that pitch.
Has he ever had any first team foot? I don't think he has, actually.
I don't think he has, no.
Yeah. So to go in, well, any Premier League game, I mean, all the games are tough, so any Premier League game would be a big start, and to go away to Arsenal would be a baptism of fire, as they say. So right, I'm going to let you do this one, Jack. Who's going in right back? This is
Kyle Walker-Peters.
Okay. I'm going straight in there. By the way, everyone in the chat section, let us know what you think the lineup's going to be.
This if you're asking me like what I think he's going to do, it probably will be Livramento. I'm sure he won't change it, but I just personally think he just needs a bit of a break. Like you say, he's not done amazing the last couple of games, and we want to be a bit defensive this week because of those players like, Pepe, the people like Aubameyang, busting forward. You want just defensively strong. And I just think Peru is a smarter option. And I think maybe this week Kyle Walker-Peters might be a slightly stronger option on the other side.
Yeah. I think Arsenal, they look pretty sluggish on Monday night. They didn't look as quick and at it. I mean, certainly compared to what Everton were doing to them. They just looked pretty laid back. So I don't know whether that was a game plan for them, but we shall see. So, are you sticking with Kyle Walker-Peters, or do you reckon he's going to carry on with Tino?
Should we go for what we think he's going to do?
Yeah.
All right, then let's go Livramento then.
Okay. Because arguably, Tino and Brazier, best bit of business this summer.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, yeah. When we get the Brazier, we'll probably go with it. But yeah, it's looking ridiculous so far.
Yeah, we need to buy him.
Yep. I can't imagine what that price tag is going to be.
It should be a good deal. It should be. Because he's not going to get any game time at Chelsea, is he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but it's how much they see in him, isn't he, as being an academy player.
I'm sorry, we'll put a buyback clause in it for him. It's fine, we'll do the same with what we do with Tino. Easy. Right. Get job done.
If that's what you're saying, pal.
I'll do the paperwork myself. Fine. I'll get it done.
Mike's been very much vying to be an agent nowadays. That's what he's going for.
Yeah, same my 4% commission. It's absolutely fine. So who you going left? Left back.
I think probably Kyle Walker-Peters.
Okay. Again, just to reiterate, this is what we think Ralph is going to do, not necessarily think he should do.
Yeah, I've got. Here's the thing though. I've got a feeling that we're going to make this being very smart. Of like, this is what we'll probably do if he's being safe and over there, and we're going to see something ridiculous on Saturday. I think I might later post on Instagram like what I think, the craziest thing he could do. Yeah. What I think if he's going to just hurt our feelings again because it's Arsenal, let's just try it.
Yeah, and just get the barrage of hate. I remember we did that on Instagram last time. The amount of abuse came away. Well, it wasn't abuse. It was just strong disagreement of like, no, don't do that. And then it was like, oh, he actually did that, and more aggressive than that.
Yeah,
the started exactly. Strikers. Yeah.
Why not? Indeed. So then in the middle, I think Lianco and Stevens.
Okay.
I just think Lianco impresses me more than Bednarak, and Stevens is better than Bednarak as well. And if he's back, he's back.
You know, I will be honest. I think Lianco in a previous game, if I was marking him on effort, I would give him 11 out of 10. If I marked him on ability and quality, probably would have given him a 7 out of 10.
Still pretty good, though. Still pretty good for us.
It's pretty good. But there were just moments where it was just like, he didn't look, but he was giving all. You know, he was giving absolutely everything that he had. And you know, even sort of trying right in the 99th minute or whenever it was to try and push the ball forward. So I can't fault him for his commitment. But I still think, I don't know, he just, quality-wise, he's just a little bit shaky at times. Anyway, he did have, you know, more pay to contend with and all that kind of stuff, really.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky game. All right, I don't hate that, and I think perhaps, you know, the fact of not matter, you know, whether or not Stevens is back 100%, we shall see. Let me just check the chat section to see if everyone's generally agreeing or disagreeing. Will Thierry Small get a chance this season? It's kind of he's been in the reserve side, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. I think he's up for Player of the Month this season. Right, this month. Sorry for the Prem 2. He's having a good time actually. He looked impressive in that first half that we saw against Bournemouth before the game got called off.
Yeah,
and apparently he's making waves down there. So
didn't he catch us laughing at him when he did keep you up and it landed on his face?
Yeah. He booted the ball himself and
fair play. He laughed along with us. He was like, "Wee." So,
and mate, it's not. Can we? I mean, we need to take a second to discuss the fact that Lianco blew a kiss at me at the last game we're at. Can we? We need to take a second to talk about that because that was a thing that happened. That Lianco blew a kiss at me. I put it in my pocket and he laughed. So now me and Lianco are an item, you could say.
I still think his family are in the box right behind
I
us.
don't. I'm telling you now because the connection, the things did.
I think there was an awkward moment where it's, I'm looking at Jack and my loved ones. Oh, okay, I'll acknowledge both. I think that's what happened.
I think it was. I'm looking for my loved ones. Who's this cool ass guy that I found? Stuffed the family. I found this guy, and then when he came back at the end of the game, came back round again, gave me the love again. So then you can say what you want. You can say it's that it's I want to be adored syndrome, but I do want to be adored, and I am. So
Yeah.
Mike's just jelly that he didn't get it because he was too busy, squawking at the fans. The abuse you throw, mate, is outrageous. The stuff that he cuts out of those videos, the abuse.
Yeah,
Mike is red.
PG. Gotta keep it PG.
He is blue.
Coming in from David, I think Jack Stevenson underrated. I don't necessarily think he is underrated. I rate him quite highly. I think he's a fantastic leader at the back. So I think he's been acknowledged. He's a Cornish Maldini,
So wouldn't you start him over Bednarak this weekend?
Yes, I would, but I'm not sure I'd start Lianco with Stevens. I think I'd start a partnership where they know each other and they work together. That's my logic.
Okay, I think it's just going to come in sooner than later. It's going to come in sooner rather than later, and this could be it.
Coming in from Scott, I'm guessing he might be talking about my comments in regards to Brozier, in regards to get him a deal now. 2-year loan option to buy back. Maybe we could see something like that. I just think he's looked very decent. We should take a risk on him. He's looked very, very good. Small's been lighted up the B team. Don't really see where he can slot in unless we are far away from relegation in the last few games. Yeah.
We got FA Cups coming up soon. We got Swansea, so maybe we might see him in the Swansea game.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Once you get kicked out of the League Cup, that's those games that those sort of players can't get into. Yeah. And I think so far this season, maybe towards the end of the season, we might see him play more against maybe like a Norwich or a Brentford, or one of those sort of teams. Yeah. But right now, it's a bit too close, and everything's a bit too game by game. So
yeah. His wife sit up behind Jack, check Instagram. Oh, right, okay. We have to check Instagram.
No, you need to double check that because that's not his wife. That's me. That's me. That's who you think is his wife. That is me.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah, that was it. I was just saying Brozier signed a 5-year deal before he left on loan. Oh, yeah, of course. He did. He signed a deal with Chelsea. Oh, I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, so that just means it'll be a big price. I told you. I remember there was rumours in the talks about 40 mil was his price tag or his release clause.
Really? Oh yeah, that's not going to happen, then, is it? Well, maybe you just come back on loan. You just stay.
You never know. We're gonna be bought before the new year. Remember? So when we're RB Southampton, they come in.
We're not spending 40 million on a player. We're not.
RB Southampton would.
No, they're not.
RB Southampton, mate.
Maybe. Right, let's get back onto this this team because we're not even halfway through it. So I'm guessing that James Ward-Prowse, despite all his foolishness from the previous games, and it was utter stupidity, he will be starting.
Here's the thing: This is quite a good thing because when James Ward-Prowse tends to play really well after he's played poorly. So last week was the worst thing he's ever done. So it's only going to be a hat trick. Like he's going to score 2 free kicks and 1 from the corner. It's going to be amazing.
Maybe. So he's going to the number 6 role.
Diallo, mate. It's going to be Diallo.
Diallo.
Gotta be. He was playing really well. When he had to cover for Ward-Prowse. I think he's really growing in his position. The only slight problem is obviously his defensive qualities. He played well with Romeo because he was playing slightly forward. Has he become a more all-rounded number 6, or will Ward-Prowse drop a bit deeper and Diallo play a bit better ahead? But I think that's a clear pairing in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. And then going on this side, are we looking at a situation where Redmond definitely starts again because effectively he's assisted most of the goals this season. Do you see him starting on that right side? Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
putting players into your mind
yeah,
here.
mate. No, Redmond's got to go in there.
You're right.
Yeah. And whilst we're at it, you got to stick Teller on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, Ralph did say that Shinepo is back. Apparently, it's some family issue. It's all fine, apparently, but he's now back. But he's just trying to get into the squad, and there's a lot of competition in this.
Because here's the
Sorry,
thing,
why am I
you know,
doing that?
Elyounoussi doesn't really deserve to be dropped either, you know, because he was playing
Yeah,
very well up until then. But you know, this
Tello,
this
Tello.
this left side, you know, is looking pretty tasty. And here's the, you've got to have a left-sided player because Redmond plays so well on the right and be able to bust down that right wing. That is where he needs to be.
Yeah,
Just look at how well he's playing. So yeah, Teller on that side for me is what's the going rate right now. But even
yeah,
if it could be Elyounoussi, because I think Elyounoussi plays quite well on the left side as well.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So looking at our front two.
I think this is also an easy shout, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's just going to be Brozier and Adams, isn't it?
Well, Adams apparently. I'm going to agree with you, Brazier. I'm going to stick that straight in. But Adams is apparently pulled up in training,
Oh
so
yeah,
it was happened today, and they are inspecting it. That's all they've said in Ralph's presser is the fact that they're investigating it, and they will see the outcome and see if he's fit to play at the weekend. I would have serious suspicion from a player that pulled up in training of them starting in a couple of days after. So I'm not sure. And if for instance Shea McAdams isn't fit, who do you see in that spot?
if Shea McAdams isn't fit, I see
Theo Walcott, exactly right.
Elyounoussi in that spot.
Really?
Yeah, and play Redmond sort of like a play him wide, play Redmond sort of like as a like just sat behind Brozier,
Oh, yeah.
play like a diamond at the top, sort of thing.
So you think that's my favourite way of playing Elyounoussi?
Yeah, put Moy there, Moy on the wing, Brozier up the centre, Redmond sat behind him. What sort of shape was that? Christmas tree? I don't know.
That's normally, and what happens is Redmond will assist from here, and Brozier will take it the next two steps,
Yeah,
two positions, and cut back inside here, and then basically drill it into that corner right there,
yeah.
as he did on Saturday.
But don't forget, he'll set a player down first because he won't
Yeah.
just smash it and make sure he's got the space to smash it.
Exactly. There'll be a couple of defenders skidding off the pitch. Probably going to be a wet game, so skidding off the pitch and scoring there, and then Brozier will run towards the away fans, which are normally residing in this part, aren't they?
Yeah, usually.
And giving it massive, and there'll be limbs everywhere, going absolutely nuts, like this cursor is. There you go. Get in, and then everyone will run and celebrate with him.
Just so you all know, Mike does this by himself. This is when I log on. This is what he's doing by him. He's there just doing
Never play Sabutio with me. That's all I'm saying. Never.
You can hear the kids crying in the background, and you know there's obviously a lot of things going on. And he's just there going, and Brozier kicks it into this corner over here.
So yeah, no, I think that's a good shout. If the fact, because I really like the way that these two players connect, and I think that's been observed and acknowledged, and has actually been great for both these players' games, really. I think we'd be,
and also it just makes
not to take advantage of that.
More bodies in the midfield as well. You know, just because I feel like there could be it's a good chance it's gonna be held up there quite a lot. So the more options there are for them to pass around the midfield there and feed over to Brozier, I mean, that would just work. That would just work nicely.
And Redmond tends to get into trouble when he's too deep.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of occasions. There's one fantastic moment on Saturday's game where Redmond made an error, and Romeo was right in there to help him out. And it was just a fantastic example of how the fact that when they're playing this kind of risky, quick game, passing it quick amongst themselves, that there's backup for situations like that. And it just freed up Redmond to do more of what he's good at. And I think when he's too deep and he's back here in these kind of, left and right back positions, and he does one of those and it doesn't go well, then we're in massive trouble. So yeah, no, I like the sound of that. There we go. So we locking it in.
Yeah, I think so. If Shea's not playing, I think that's what we're gonna see.
Yeah.
And I like it. And I like it. And that team will win by a lot.
Indeed. Unpopular choice, but what about Theo since it's Arsenal? Was Theo's been...
And he did score last time, as I remember.
He did. What? He wasn't fit the last game, was he? Was he still out injured with something?
I remember he scored at the Emirates last season because I remember the stream. I remember watching the Arsenal fan TV. Of course, it's Theo.
Yeah.
And of course, he's celebrating. So
Yeah. I for me, why wouldn't he celebrate? He's playing for his former club against his former club. What's he supposed to do? But I don't know. You could have muted feelings against that, but who knows?
I mean, they ruined him, so that's. He was good when he was with us the first time. We've got him back a broken man.
Yeah, absolutely. I really want Shane Long to play. Okay.
Do you know what? I do see a lot of love for Shane Long. I always get messages saying, I want Shane to start. But if he might against Swansea. He might against Swansea.
I can't remember. I think it was the Chelsea Cup game, and Shane Long came on, and there was a chant going around the away end that if Shane Long scores, we're on the pitch. If Shane Long, and I was thinking, do you know what? I think we probably would be. That would be the excitement of a Shane
we love
Long
him
winner.
because we love Shane Long.
Yeah. Who's the goalie in the thumbnail? That's Willie Caballero.
The big Willie Caballero.
Yeah.
The new man
by Jack himself, because of course he hasn't won that shirt just yet.
No, that's 100% real. I was at Staplewood earlier.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, Willie! And he went, hey, like that. So
exactly that. It is that. And give you a wave back, didn't he? So there we go. That is who we think is going to be in the lineup for 3 p.m. on Saturday against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. So now it's that fantastic time of the show where we are going to be giving our score predictions. So as always, stick in your score predictions in the chat section, and Jack and I will be going through those right after we've given our own for this game. Right. And obviously, if you're watching a replay, stick them in the comment section, and we will follow up on those as well. So, is it my turn, your turn to go first?
I think it's your turn.
I think it is my turn.
As I recall.
Okay. It's weird because I agree with some of the comments we had earlier. I don't think we should fear Arsenal, and I don't think we should be too downhearted on ourselves because, yes, we didn't win those games where we perhaps could have, but we also didn't lose those games. So I'm stalling here. Can you tell?
Because I know what you want to say, mate, and
I do.
I'll just leave. There's no point. There's no point in saying that. There's no point. Be a man.
I'm going to write down what I think and then say what I think and then... No, all right. Okay.
See this, mate?
Fine.
See this?
Fine.
This is the fence, right? And you either sit here or you sit here, but you don't sit here, right?
Wait, you sit there where that's the fence where you get a point. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's
right. Okay,
point fence.
So to be clear to the viewers of this channel, we can never say the on the fence view where you get a point. Okay, it's just part of us. So I don't.
You either commit, or you live in it. Commit or you live in it.
On a wonderful day, we're at 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. We're jubilant in our feelings. I see this game being a 2-1 to Southampton.
And for Arsenal to score first, is it?
No, because that's not us, is it? No.
Oh yeah, it's way more us for us to score first and win that. 71 points, Mike.
Yeah.
71 points. Rethink that. Arsenal to score first.
No, I still think we'll score first, and I think we'll need 2 goals to win this game, and if that is the case, it's going to be a 2-1. 2-1 win to the Saints. That's what I'm going with. I'm locking it down. There we
Hammer.
go. Done mine.
I love it.
So what are you going with, Jack?
3-2 to Southampton.
Okay. And any particular scorers on that?
Brozier, Ward-Prowse, Lianco, and 2 from Aubameyang.
Okay.
I've given you all of them.
Okay.
No, I just think we'll probably concede.
Yeah.
And I do think it's going to be. I can see it more likely to be that we lead by 2 and they get one back and we maybe draw. We have to, it's only 3-2 because it's going to be hard for us. It could be 2-1, like you say, but I just think that little extra mile where we might have to concede again, try and pull something back. So, last couple of games have been goals.
Yeah.
Just want to see goals.
Okay, so there we have it. Mike is going for a 2-1, and Jack is going for a 2-3.
That's
3-2.
right.
3-2. So there we go. Right, so let's go through some of your score predictions in the chat section. Thank you to everyone who's smashed those in. Right, Shay Gray is going for a 1-0 Saints win. Chloe's going for a 4-1 to the Arsenal. Oh, ouch. We've got a goal scorer here. Lianco in the first.
That's all that matters. So it doesn't matter what the score is as long as that happens.
Yeah, we'd love
He's
that.
going on the shirt. He's going on the shirt.
Yeah. I still haven't bought my home shirt yet. That still stands. If he scores, we win a game. Boom, it's happening. Right, Finbar's going for a 2-1. He's going along with me. Look at that. Adrian Pascal Murray is going for a 2-0 to the Saints. James 397, 2-1 Saints with a Brozier and James Ward-Prowse free kick plus assist. Oh, look at that. Be nice to see a Ward-Prowse free kick. Really would.
At time.
Visnell going for, I say 2-2. My dog says 9-0 Saints. God, we love your dog. Andrew Williams, is going for a 2-1 to the Saints. Here's the NK first minute, 91-1. Scott's going for a 1-1, and
I can also see that. That's fine. He'd still be going on the shirt.
Yeah. Realistically, I'll tell you what. If he scores in stoppage time and we get a 1-1, yeah. I'm with you on that as well. Charlie Page realistically going for 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, also Ramsdale to make some very over dramatic saves. He does make him look good. He is very good though. He is very good.
He is.
Chad thinks we're scoring 3 goals. We barely know how to kick a ball.
Hey, listen, you said we're going to score 2, so I'm only saying we're going to score 1 more than that. So let's.
I know. I know.
I'm thinking logic. I'm thinking we're going to do what you say, and then we're going to win it. So, and also your dog said 9. So if you think I'm stupid, your dog is sick.
David Baker is going for a 1-0. Wouldn't be that something if we had a 1-0 win with Caballero, getting his debut with a clean sheet. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Willie's going to score a Begovic goal like on his debut.
We will have to see it.
It would be nice to see him get a clean sheet. Zandif, member of the channel here, is going for a 9-0 to Saints. It's basic. I can read through that. This weekend's a free hit. I get it. Sir Shelley is going for 1-1, 94 equaliser. Big Willie. What to score? Or who knows?
He's just bragging, I think.
Yeah. So there's mixed kind of opinion in there. There's a few kind of honest, I can see this going away. Do you think there's a feeling amongst the fan base that this perhaps is okay? We'll see what happens, and then it's on to Palace on Wednesday.
No.
No.
I don't. Palace on Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen going into that. I think Palace are such a good team right now.
Yeah.
I just don't know what they're
organised team, aren't they?
It's really, they are. They're just. It's a it's a bit Ted Lasso over there as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? They've just got this good manager in, and everything's looking all right. See what's going to happen,
Exactly. They don't know what relegation is, so
But at
why
the
would they
same
acknowledge
time,
it?
it's Crystal Palace and it's Zaha versus Ward-Prowse. I just get a little bit scared, scared. This might be Zaha's one. Do you know what I mean?
Let's stop talking about Palace. Come on, we're talking about Arsenal. It's fine. It's fine. But do you generally think? I mean, we've just predicted our score predictions, but we can get something from this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Of course we can. We can do anything. And if you've not heard the song, Southampton is the greatest football team. I mean,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Don't sing that for no reason, my friend.
No, indeed. And we can look pretty with a fully fit squad. So what's to say we can't fully show up? And to be fair, we went to Chelsea in that cup game, and I looked at the team sheet and thought, all right, yeah, let's sit back and just enjoy the pie and the pint. That didn't actually happen because the bar staff in Chelsea were dreadful, and Saints showed up and they looked fantastic. So what's to say that they won't be completely.
Listen, we are capable of anything, and it's hard for me to say where we are right now. With the swing of things, if we can get draws against, City, United, and Chelsea, we do those sort of things.
Yeah,
there's no reason we can't beat Arsenal. In the recent games we've been playing well. We should have been getting 3 points out of them.
Yeah.
Who's to say this isn't the game? We don't do it, if we don't do anything stupid, don't do anything silly, just played well defensively like we should be doing.
Yeah.
We should be fine. Yeah, but it's just that fear because like we say, the back line's a bit. We don't know what's going to be like this weekend.
No, absolutely. Yeah, speaking of back line, do you see Jose Font wants to return to the Premier League?
Is he come back? Come back?
Would you have him back?
I think we all would have him back, right? Surely. As much as we're like, we got enough centre backs and, we don't want, that older player, we'd all be like, come on, bub. It didn't end very well. And we would, just this one last tour.
Yeah, I kind of got, it's kind of a mixed emotion because part of me says, wait, he looked really leggy and he couldn't cut it in the West Ham squad, and that's when he went across to the French league.
Just won that league, though.
Just won that league, and he's been going up against the likes of Mbappe, but he's also been going up against the likes of everyone else in that French league, and there's more clubs in that league than PSG. But you're absolutely right, he has won a league, but is Ligue 1 to the standards of the Premier League, and can he do it week in, week out?
Is the Championship to the level of the Premier League?
No.
And we're buying from there, so.
It's true. Yeah, I see your point. But
it also, like I say, it would be along the lines of Theo coming back. He probably won't get a lot of it. Won't get a lot of minutes, but be good to have one other face there. Even to bring him into the fold, I would love to have him as a defensive coach for us.
Yeah.
Coming at the other side of it.
Agree with that. Yeah, and I think if he was a kind of a marquee signing like Theo, where effectively he was there for to build up the youth players.
Perfect, because you've got such a good crop of defensive youth players right now. Like, well, to be fair, that's what we were saying when we went to go watch him. We were looking like, oh my god, look at this guy at the back here. Everyone. Yep. Samiu, Henry, Thierry Small, and he was the big dude as well. We were like, Jesus Christ, he's be an absolute monster in the league. Yeah, I think it'd be
Simiu.
No, as well. There's also another player there. I remember what his name was. I have to look at the sheet.
Oh yeah.
He was
tank.
He was huge.
Yeah. Absolutely mad. Yeah, so I thought we had Fonte back with a future role as defensive coach.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it'd be nice. Would be nice. We should see. No, just thought that. Bringing Fonte back and Pella. Wow.
Do it.
Yeah.
Bring Atkins back as well. Let's do the whole thing. Let's have I want that whole squad as like a backroom staff.
Exactly. It's all these romantic signings like Ronaldo going back to United. we got Jose Font coming back to Southampton along with Theo, which is obviously something we've already done. But yeah, Font and Pella. And let's not let's not say Jose Font had his best years at Southampton, despite the fact that he didn't win a league.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the fact that
you now rethink that, but let's say like his most
that,
revered years were.
yeah, exactly. Where the fact that he went from League 1, League One, all the Championship, Premier League, and it's amazing when you think about it. It really is quite
Absolutely.
something. So yeah.
Oh, and he won the Euro. And he won the Euros.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a time to be alive! What a time to be alive!
It's just super proud. Super proud. I look the same way. Look at Tadic, doing what he's done at Ajax, and think.
Bring Tadic back as well. That's right. I said that the other week, and everybody was like, "You're mad. He'll be worth 40. He's worth 40. He's 32. I reckon we can get him for a bit cheaper than 40."
Depends what the wages are, doesn't it? Although
Ajax ain't that bad.
Yeah, it's not going to be crazy up there. But there we go. Any other final thoughts, Jack?
Do you know what? I'm just happy to have a Saturday off to be able to watch the game, mate.
Yeah, it's
gonna be a nice one.
Ticket for this one, but
seeing as it's the only Saturday I'm free.
Can wait up, could you?
Gutted, mate. I'm gutted, guys. Palace will be probably my last game this year, maybe.
Really?
I think maybe. We'll have to see.
What about 20?
We'll have to check. We'll have to check the rotor in a minute. But I think it was looking along those lines.
We'll do that bit off air because it could get ugly.
Yeah. To get in a lot of tears.
Basically, this whole episode would be demonetized by what Jack's about to bring to the table. But
yeah,
there we go. What's this blasphemy on here? Bring back love. Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
I mean, he played well last night against Chelsea. Did Chelsea the Dynamo played?
Greatest defender in the world? Is that what he said?
Pretty sure.
Something like that. That's what he said anyway. Wish we could bring back Van Dijk. Yeah. God,
yeah, somebody posted the team sheet the other day, like, the streets will never remember, that Southampton squad. And it was just sickening, mate. So
but
good.
No disrespect to her, but Bertrand's in that as well. And I look at that and I watch what Bertrand did in the Europa League game for Leicester this evening and think,
yeah, but let's talk about this as of a time. Forster, Nathaniel Klein, Alderweireld, Fonte, Bertrand, Wanyama, Schneiderlin, Ward-Prowse, Tadic, Mane, Pella.
Yeah. Forster was immense back then as well.
Yeah, it is.
Man, that guy was incredible. Still is. But back then, his confidence was where his ability was, and it was just, ooh.
Yeah.
Looks so good. So good.
Something else.
And a popular comment for you there, Jack. Bring back my man, Yoshida. Oh, dear.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah. It's a great idea from David, actually. You guys should do a greatest 11 team ever. There is a channel, actually, I went on called My Hammers 11, which was a West Ham channel that basically did like teams that players that play for both teams all time, no matter what era, and you put together a squad of players that had played for both. It was quite confusing to do, but effectively we had Peter Shilton in goal, Razor Ruddock in defence.
I like that.
Antonio up front, and all those. It was a great format. It was quite tricky to do in certain areas, and you ended up sort of having to think about putting the likes of Ian Dowie in the mix. You think, I'm not sure I'd normally do that, but no, maybe you ought to do one for Southampton and do like a all-time.
Absolutely, I did think I'd do one the other day where I give you two Southampton players. Like I give you Ward-Prowse and let's say, I don't know, Matt Oakley, a player who I think is equivalent, and you choose a team of equivalent players. So I'll give you like a current squad and then someone that they would like.
Oh,
and you choose between the two.
Yeah. Or maybe if we get some former Southampton legends on the show, that we could actually put that as a format to them.
Exactly.
So over the next couple of days, Jack's going to be sliding into every.
I really thought you were going to make an announcement. Then I was like, "Here we go."
But that could be a good format to do with the likes of whoever we managed to contact. Might be a tricky one for Lianco. He's only just literally arrived. For him to basically put together a Southampton 11 of all time, that's... I mean, if he could, I would
Of
be
course,
even more amazed with
have
him
you
than I
seen,
already am.
mate?
But
Have you seen his social media? Of course, he knows everything about that squad.
yeah, he probably does, actually.
Michael Svensson is his favourite player.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe get Litiz on. Can you imagine?
The dreams will come true.
Okay. Is a task force for everyone in the chat section right now. You need to tweet Litiz, say contact MatchDayVlogs for a Saints 11.
Come on, off you pop on the Twitter.
Yeah.
We all know he's active on there, so let's get him on.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, it'd be a great format to do. We should definitely try and figure that out. That'd be kind of nice. So there we go. Fantastic. Wow. There we go. Would you hire Koeman if Ralph got sacked? That's a quite a sudden dramatic turn of events. Would you, Jack?
If Ralph went, would I get coming back? Yes. Logically, I would say no because I see what's happened, but it worked. Yeah. He was doing good.
Yeah. So I've just left.
It was shut. It was shut a lot of people up. It was just shut. I think it was shut a lot of people up. I think people then. I think it would make Ralph look good.
It would. I think for me, if I'm answering that question, I would think that Koeman is a sort of manager that says, "Please buy me these players. I want to work with these players, and I'm not working with any young, unproven talent." That's just my interpretation. I think he's a great manager, but I just think he needs well, look at the team he had.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So
it's his fault Barcelona are in all that kind of trouble.
No.
That criticism sponsored by La Liga.
Yeah, absolutely. Has been poor since he left. He was poor at Everton, but I think it's the fact he had too much money to play with.
But he was also poor at the Netherlands. He was also poor at Barcelona.
Yes. But Xavi's hardly having a great time, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all if Ralph is fired, by the way. If you'd asked me, would I replace Ralph with Koeman? No.
Yeah. I mean, Ralph is our longest ever serving Premier League manager, which is quite something when you think about that.
It's an achievement, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go.
There we are. But is he our best?
He's in the top 3. Without question.
So it's obviously Gordon Strachan, Poch.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking that.
Ralph.
Yeah.
So you going for that? That's your final answer?
Yeah.
You put him above Atkins?
Oh, don't do that to me.
Nah.
Premier League, yes.
Premier League.
Yes.
Okay, Premier League. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. I don't want to do that. Atkins.
You put him above
That's
Harry
legend.
Redknapp, son. Above Harry Redknapp.
Yes. Of course.
Above Paul Sturridge.
Yes.
Above Glenn Hoddle. Above Graham Souness. You're mad.
Let's try Europe Bertrand Vestergaard. Was Vestergaard playing earlier? I think I just saw Bertrand on the pitch, but he didn't have a great game. There we go.
That's what the attackers say as well. Vestergaard play.
Fantastic. Well, I think that pretty much sums us up for this evening. Thanks to everyone who's joined us here in the chat section. As always, your comments and contribution to the show are always appreciated. And as always, it's great to chat about these things live on air as we go. So as always, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you're going to the Emirates, have a fantastic time. Stay safe and keep singing and cheer the boys on. Jack is going for a 3-2 win. I'm going for a 2-1 win. You've been watching MatchDayVlogs. That's what always remember. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. All right, see ya. Bye.
Bye.